So just waiting for people to come in. Hi, AKD. How are you, Naveen? Khalid. Yeah, we'll just wait a little bit for people to come in. Sultan. Salam. Rajesh, good morning. And all of everyone that's joining tonight. This is my first live. And it's so nice to see you. Rasha, how are you? Salam. Magandang gabi, Rejoy. Haribol Brahma, Tipa, hello. And of course, the QNet official. Yeah. Good evening to all of you. Who else is joining? Okay, Garadar is there. Good morning, everyone. Haribol, salam alaikum. We love you too, Semantics. From the people of India, everyone, good evening to all of you. Who is there? Kala is there. Samira. Hello, thank you for all the hearts. Okay, so we'll just wait for another minute before I begin my first live webinar. And I just like to welcome all of you who's going to be joining me tonight. Basically, the reason for this is I just want to tell you a little bit of our history, because it would be, I'm your upline. Me and Dr. Vijay is your grand upline. And I just want to tell you a little bit story tonight. More of like an analogy. Okay, I'm not going to make it like a Hollywood movie that's very long. In fact, we're just going to do a 15-minute webinar tonight. So 27 years ago, okay, my partner had an idea which turned to be where we are right now, the company where we are right now. And we built a tree. I call it a tree. I'll use this as an example. We built a tree of a network marketing tree, okay? And basically this tree today is 27 years old. But it was built brick by brick in a way, okay? And the very pillar of this tree is the truth, okay, integrity, entrepreneurship, service, and very much the very core of the vision of this pillar is written to raise ourselves to help mankind. And so the early, even the early founders, when we started, there was 4 of us, okay? So we believe in that mission. But just like any tree, as you water it, as you build it, as you do certain things, it starts to grow. Okay, it starts to grow. And in the process, we lose people. There are people that would decide to, like a branch or a trunk would want to move and do something else. That's okay, because really that's what life is all about. So in this tree you could see there would be people coming, okay, for a short time, and I would compare them to like leaves of the tree. Right? They would bloom a little bit, like for a day sometimes, and they would fall off. And that's kind of like the relationship you would have with the different people that would come and go. Some would, grow into a twig. They'll stay for a little while, make a little bit money, and sometimes they would go and fall and do something else. But sometimes also, okay, we get this huge branch of a tree. And what happens in this branch, okay, because they stop connecting they start getting nourishment from the root of the tree. Because the root of the tree is founded upon what? Service, okay, integrity, basically the core value principle. So what happens, just like any tree, a branch would sometimes rot. And why does a branch rot? It gets disease because it's no longer getting nourishment from the root. And so sometimes this branch would be dead for a while, but in fact they begin to rot because they fail to reconnect themselves to the basic principles that the company or the tree was founded upon. Okay? So after a while this branch would just fall off. Now I would call those branches rotten branches because they get to implicate. They get to infect many other branches in the process. The reason I would call them rotten at the very core, because they start violating the very principle that they used to teach. Right? So you know that we have two principles in building the tree, building the network. One is that issues of negativity goes up, and issues of motivation and basically motivating people, exciting them, encouraging them, teaching them how to build a business goes down. Those two principles. So what happens is that your main upline, the main branches in the tree, that's all they teach and talk about, inspire you to succeed. So what happens when one day the same people who used to inspire you before starts telling you issues, giving you challenges that they were not giving you before, because they're meant to fix the challenges for you, because that's part of our job as your upline, is to bring the challenges, because there would be challenges in any business, to bring those challenges to the company so we could fix it. And we would never share this downline because it demotivates the tree. So once your upline starts telling you about negativity, you should start questioning, why are you telling me this? Right? Which you never told me the last 27 years, 25 years. You got to start doubting, because the main reason why your upline would start telling you this is basically they want to create fear. And and this is how people control us. They create fear. There would be rumor. There would be misinformation. Why? So that you start becoming uncertain. You don't know what to do. You start doubting. They're going to start telling you the company's going to shut down, or the tree's going to fall. It's literally end of the world, just like what's happening previously, with the war. There's just so much uncertainty that people just run away out of fear, and they do stupid things, right? So it is my responsibility. That's why I'm talking to you right now, because I am the founder of this company, and I am one of the first person who actually, who's been here from the very beginning. And just as when my partner and I were building, right, he said, Japa, I have to create the corporate structure, because the corporate structure is what's going to house all the downlines, all the network that we're going to be bringing in, because we have to be responsible for their growth, for their success. So we need a corporate structure. So that's why we set up different offices, Hong Kong, Malaysia, so many in Dubai and all of that. While at that time I focused on building leaders, the tree. That's why I went to Dubai that time, the Middle East. I met many amazing leaders. And today, this 27-year-old tree is composed of many powerful branches. Okay? And these are, you would know the name of the different teams today. I would not name it because I might forget one of the names and you'll get upset with me. But there are this whole tree right now, which was really built upon. See, you have this, the root, the very foundation of the root is the principles. Then you have, and it starts branching. So you could just imagine a 27-year-old tree, okay? It's not easy to break down. And sometimes, people would scare you, okay, I have this big downlines. I'm going to move them out. It's not that easy, bro, because you're going to speak. I'm a networker. I know what I'm talking about. For you to move 20,000 people, okay, that's a lot of work you would have to do, and putting them in a structure where they would be safe. So what I just wonder, okay, and I've been wondering this, because if someone, and we know, life is short, and people would do things and they would want to do some other things. And really, that's okay, because people come and go. People will retire, will do other things. That's really fine. But what becomes unethical is that you would try to destroy the very company that fed you, that's been feeding all of us, that put roof over our table, that gave us a lifestyle. And you're going to start chopping down the different branches of this tree, right? The relationship that you were able to build with other lines, because you were allowed to cross-line training, teaching the very amazing principle of integrity in building a tree. So what happens when you start doing that, right? You start contradicting all of the many years of what you taught the downlines. And you're literally destroying the tree that fed you, the company that fed you. And it's just total ungratefulness. So today, I could only be grateful. And in fact, I always tell people that, I'm only Japa today is because of the board of directors that's backing me up, the company that's backing me up, all of course, my partner, the IRs, the millions of IRs that are there. This is not my company only. I say this outside, this is my company. But when I'm with you, I say, this is our company. You all built this. We all helped build this. So why would we try to destroy something that we built? If we're not happy, we're not satisfied, there's always an avenue for discussion and to talk about it. And sometimes, of course, you might be feeling, I could, there's sometimes, a kid grows up and he wants to, do something else. That's really fine. But why would you destroy your parents that fed you, that taught you all the principle you know today? And the reason you are somebody today is because of the many, many people that supported you, that loved you. We all loved you. I loved you. I love you all, guys. Right, I'm having this talk today is not to tell you to stay or take a side, stay here or go to the other side. There's no side to take, but only, stick to the principle. And I always tell you guys this, right? Don't follow me because I'm Japa. Don't follow VJ because he's Japa. Follow me because of the principles I stand for, right? I'm not loyal to VJ. I even tell his face this. I'm not loyal to you, VJ. I'm loyal to the truth that you're following. And until you follow the truth of service, integrity, teaching entrepreneurship, helping others to grow, I'm with you because my loyalty is with the truth. And I just hope that, this talk I'm giving, it's a very short talk, that I would somehow put some sense, right, in some of our, I would say friends and downlines. Downlines, friends, whatever you call it, brothers. They're all my brothers. But sometimes even brothers, even with my brothers, I end up separating with them. If they stop following the principle I totally believe on, the principles that I anchor my life. Even though it's so painful for me to separate from a brother or anyone that's close to me, even my son, I would separate. If they break that principle, I totally believe with, the principle that I founded my life with. And so just to end this, I just wish you that you think about these principles, okay? Don't allow fear, okay, to run your life. Don't allow anger. Don't allow enviousness to rule your life. Don't allow ego to rule your life, because ego, anger is just going to destroy you. In fact, there's no battle. We're not fighting. Leaders are coming to me, Japa, we're just, this a problem. We're having a problem. No. The problem we're all having today is basically goes back to ourselves. We're afraid, right? We're scared. What are we scared about? There's nothing to be scared about if you stick to your principles. And this thing happens. We're not going to be here forever. One day we're all going to die and leave. But the point is, while we're here, why don't we, continue teaching what we always teach? Principles of humanity. We cannot be animalistic. Let's not go down that level. I'm not going to go down that level with you guys. I'm not going to do any bad mouthing. I'm speaking to you as a brother today. I'm speaking the truth. So I hope I could somehow touch your heart, right? There's no reason for you to be angry with me or anyone in this company, but there's only a reason to be so much reason to be grateful about. And that's why I just want to, I hope you reach this. And even for the people who decided that they want to go somewhere else, right? I still love you guys, okay? Send my message to all these people. I hope you take my message to heart, because I'm speaking to you the truth. I have no reason to lie to you. I know from the beginning. I know the story, every story of this company. I might not know, I might not have met all of you, but you're in the same tree that we built 27 years ago. So again, I just like to thank all of you who were always a part of us, who would always be a part of us. But for the guys who are still with us, okay, who are still strongly staying, right? Don't cry over dead branches. That's part of life. So I'll see you next week for another live IG with Sriman Japadas. Thank you so much, guys. I won't stay long, like I promised. It won't be a Hollywood story. All right, Bob. Okay, now, how do I do this now? How do I close this? Okay. Now, this, I've not done this before. I have to, okay.